So YouTube, I am waiting for cement for next week. I start to frame. And I'm gonna frame my garage because that's usually the hardest ones to do. When you frame a house wall, it's nice, you lay it on the floor after you've laid the floor and then you tip the walls up and it's fun. But the garage wall, you kinda gotta carry them and put them in place and support the living crap out of them. And I gotta figure out the difference between my landing and my garage wall in this location. So we figured it out with my 3 boards and a board and a top board and a floor board and a deck board and a 9 1/4 joist, and we got her set. So we're gonna cut a few boards and lift a few walls and figure out our beginning. So YouTube, yesterday was a rainy day. So I didn't bring my camera out and I started to frame my walls, as you can see behind me. We're gonna pick it up and keep framing some walls. So YouTube, we're gonna put 2 layers of foam down. It's the gasket between the cement and the wood. And then a layer of Tyvek on top of that. Tyvek's the air barrier for the outside to make it continuous to the basement floor. And the gasket makes a gasket. We're trying to stop the air from going between the cement and the wood, which is practically impossible. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm framing my house 2x8 style. I'm gonna put R40 in my exterior walls. Gonna heat that house with a candle. Or my hot wife. She's so hot there, the house is just hot all the time. So guys, when you buy your windows, buy them with the edges built right on the windows. It costs nothing to get them like that. This one is a brick edge, made for brick when I put my brick on the front of the house. The other one have it for a siding. It just has a slip in. You don't have to trim the window all out. And they're so nice to set. And that's it. Afterwards, you go inside, you foam the window. I built my house 2x8, so I'm gonna have to do it like 4 times to fill in my 8.5 inch gap. And that's how you do it, guys. One little nail at a time. Ain't that beautiful? Easiest way to set a window in. Yesterday, what an adventure. It started to snow in the early morning. And I took my tractor and a farm wagon and I drove over here to the steel shop and I picked up my steel beam. Take a guess what happened. There it is, guys. I'm driving down this old back road with my cool tractor I got the beam, it's 48 feet long, so it runs out the side of my tractor. And I know that my journey is steel shop, turn left, road, turn left, my road, turn left, my field, and bring it to the house. About 1.25 miles down this whole back road, you know, you're hopping along in them potholes and them wonderful Canadian territory. This old piece of crap wagon, it's the only one I had available out of my like 5 wagons. The freaking axle snaps right off on me, so she drags about 10 feet when I notice. And I shift the beam over on the other side, strap the axle up, and I drag it home to get home. So it was kind of fun. I wish I could have showed you some of those events, but it was snowing like a bugger. So YouTube, one of the other steps to building a house is getting that steel beam in, and it supports my floor. When I built one of my other houses, I had some leftover HSS square tubing. So it's 3 1/4 and 3 1/4 by 1/4 inch walls, and it needs to be supported on each end by a 1/2 inch plate, 5 by 6 inch. I got a 1 inch plate laying around the yard. She's actually 6 inch by 7 inch. A little oversized don't hurt. I don't know what your shop world looks like. My table is always full of junk. Here's a PTO shaft I gotta fix, and there's a quick cut blade because I took it off and needed a diamond blade, and that's the tape measure I run all over the yard with. And here's my little plates I gotta put on my post for my house. And I fixed my son's car with that the other day, and a grease gun to fix all the other greasing issues. What a collection of stuff. You guys gotta show me some of your shop tables. But anyways, I'm gonna take the old shovel to it, get enough room to build my HSS post on my new house. Here's my little setup, guys. I need a total of 47 inches. So here's 47 to the top of my wall, plus my plates at the bottom. There's my 47. And then I gotta minus my beam of 8.5. So there's my cut mark right there. I always use a punch and a little pinhole because I just like that. So now I know there's my mark. Let's go throw that in the chop saw and fix her up. So guys, I only weld one side and the other side. I don't weld it as a box all the way around. I do that just in case something gets in the beam, like water. It won't sit there and rust and rot forever and ever and ever because I am building. And the good Lord rains and snows on me because I build a house every fall. And then of course I finish the inside in the beautiful winter time when it's not so bad inside the house. And then I finish the outside of the house early spring, like April, when that good sunshine is on you and starting to melt everything. Here it is, YouTube. Another beautiful sunny day. It was a miserable, sleet-blowing, uncomfortable day yesterday. But anyways, I completed all the studding in my garage wall. I didn't complete the studding for the window yet. And I put my first row of Aspenite on. Keeps the wall square. And now I'm working on my back garage wall. And I gotta cut my studs for the wall, because you can't buy a 92.5 inch 2x8. They're all 8 feet. So YouTube, we were blessed with a beautiful, rainy, miserable day. And I can't show you what I do in the rainy day because, well, I don't want to get my camera wet. So we're gonna start our floor. And anyways, we gotta put these around on this side. And then we run our joists off of these. And that's my stairway opening, which you don't quite see. So we're gonna do a layout on this, and then we're gonna get some joists happening. So YouTube, what's happening? I gotta lift my beam up so I can put my stairs in. Temporary. So I just got a 3-ton jack. And up it's gonna go after I get it all working good. There. Close enough. I just have to lift my beam so my LVLs will sit on the floor, because my beam sags a little bit, which means my joists don't sit on my beam. Next week I'm gonna put some posts together. I need to put 2 posts. So there's a post that goes here, because the stairway goes here, and then there's one halfway to the back wall. So that's my stairway, guys, and there needs to be an LVL on each side of the stairway. So I got an LVL there and an LVL on that side, and then the floor from the other side of the house comes and supports on the LVL that's this way, and that LVL needs to be supported with some hangers. So let's get some LVLs on there. So YouTube, in a house, in my house anyways, the most important thing that you can do that I find is make damn sure that that stairway hole is square. You cannot build stairs on an angle. You cannot build them like that. They show up and they're there. And if you're out by an inch on your stairway hole, like you got, you know, I don't know. I have a short stairway. I only have a 6-foot stairs. I got 8 steps up and 8 steps down or whatever. So I use a sheet of aspenite floorboard. Okay, and I line up this side perfectly on this wall, and then I make sure that I can move my LVL over there to make darn sure that it's as square as I can get it. There's a couple of methods. You could use a drywall square or 3-4-5 method, but I just like a sheet of aspenite. It's square. I didn't see one made yet not square, but if you have, okay, send it in that comment section there. I want to see that. You know, by fluke, I actually don't have to move it. It's square. Hey, I guess I built a square house, boys and girls. It's happening. That's like awesome. Usually I have to move it and dick with it and move that joist over a 1/4 inch or whatever in my other houses. I guess as I get along with my new houses, I get better and better every time I build one. So boys and girls, we're gonna get this sheet and some floor. I already started a little bit of a straight line and I'm heading over there. I don't know how all you guys do it, but I tack my first row and I line it with my eyes as accurate as I can. As you saw me, I just put a nail in each corner and then I get my outside line like now I'll take my gun and I'll tack those down to the floor really good and have the rest of my house sheeted today. Super awesome, but I'm going in for some delicious soup my bride made me. Good.